Hey everybody, welcome. I'll be getting things started in just a minute or two here. I'm still in a mad rush getting set up, but welcome. I'm glad you're here, and looking forward to seeing you all in a minute. Come on in, get cozy, get comfy. Stream will be starting soon. Hey everybody, how's it going? How are you doing tonight? Welcome to WagWorksGA. I am Jeff. I'm the G in WagWorksGA. Yes, that's right, G and not J. Don't believe Frank, whatever he tells you, if he comes around later. But yes, you can call me Jeff, you can call me Wags, whatever really works. I'm the illustrator half of a husband-wife author-illustrator duo. We work on graphic novels for kids in our spare time, and it's pretty awesome, and I love it. If you're here on Twitch, you're gonna see me. I'm the one who is more comfortable on camera. Also, the writing usually does not happen on camera for Ashley, my wife. So yeah, welcome. I'm gonna be doing some art today. I like to do fan art as well, some slice of life comics. All sorts of stuff, and just to hang out and chat. So get cozy. Welcome on in. I hope you are having a great night so far. You will see we are lit purple behind me. My overlay is purple. I've got a nice purple ribbon going on right over here. I did it. Cool. And that is for National Epilepsy Awareness Month. This is the last day, November. November is National Epilepsy Awareness Month. And this is a time that many epilepsy support organizations are out, and we're just trying to raise awareness of epilepsy, destigmatize it. About 1 in 26 people in America have epilepsy, believe it or not. And yeah, so this month we're raising awareness, helping spread awareness, which is what raising awareness does, and kind of encouraging some outreach. I'm actually going to drop a link in chat here in just a second for the Epilepsy Foundation, one of several big national groups doing awesome work. Not only do they help support folks with epilepsy, they fund epilepsy research, they do epilepsy first aid courses, things like that. So I definitely recommend, and it's easy to remember their website. It's just epilepsy.com. I recommend you go check them out if you have a minute. Familiarize yourself with some of the different types of seizure. Not everything is, the tonic-clonic, or also known as grand mal seizure, where someone's down and shaking. It can be an absence seizure. It can be repetitive actions, doing things like, I think the classic example is washing a dish continuously, non-productively. But there's all sorts of different presentations of seizures. So it helps to familiarize yourself and learn some of the basic stuff that you can do to help someone having a seizure. One of the first things is set a timer, especially seizures lasting longer than 5 minutes. The individual having the seizure should go to the ER after they come out of it, or call an ambulance. In fact, if it's going on over 5 minutes, give the person space, get them into a safe place. So if they're in a spot that's dangerous, get them out of the way, clear some room. Oftentimes, individuals having seizures can hear what's going on. They may not, but they can. So often speaking to them, comforting them, letting them know what's going on. If they're coming out of the seizure, letting them know, hey, you had a seizure, it's going to be okay. All these things are great first aid. Definitely be aware that if you ever heard the guidance of putting something in their mouth so they don't like swallow their tongue, don't do that. That's not safe. Do not put things in their mouth. You can turn them on their side to help, but like especially if they don't have consciousness. But yeah, so these are all just some basic important epilepsy things. You may be wondering why this is so important to me. We're a family that's touched by epilepsy. My son is epileptic, and I had never really seen a seizure until he had his first one. And thank goodness, we had neighbors who were pediatric nurses at the time, and they were able to help us, and identify what was going on, keep the situation calm, get the timer going, tell us, you need to call an ambulance. We've learned a lot since then. It's been a few years, but it's a cause that's near and dear to our hearts. It impacts our family to this very day. So yeah, check it out. Epilepsy Foundation, epilepsy.org, epilepsy.com, excuse me. Yeah, so happy last day of Epilepsy Awareness Month. And happy last day of November, guys. It's almost December. As you can see, we've got some Christmas stuff going on behind me. We're getting ready. I don't know if anybody watching is a huge fan of Christmas seasonal decor. We are. We're big fans. So it's an exciting season, and it's been a good week to transition into that spirit as well. I feel like I hit a lot of deadlines this week, both with my day job and also with some art deadlines as well, and that's been pretty great. It's nice to have all those off my back. So if you're new to the stream, what I like to do to jump in on art is I start with a quick warm-up just to loosen things up before I start on my main piece. What I do for my warm-up is these guys, or Pokemon cards. So I'm going to randomly draw one of these. What I have, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6 cards. I'm going to randomly pick one of these pre-selected cards, and that's going to be the Pokemon that I'm going to draw for my warm-up. It's going to be a 5-minute warm-up. I'm going to focus mainly first on the big sketch layer, just to kind of work out shapes, things like that, get the composition where I want it. No really big details in there. And then if I'm happy with that, within the 5 minutes, I'll move on to pencils. So I'm starting to pick out my favorite lines, get a little more detail and shape in there. And then the next step after that would be choosing final lines, or inks, as you might be familiar with calling it. Then laying down colors, shading, and all of that. 5 minutes, I'm not going to get anywhere near those finalizing steps, even the final lines. So what I will be doing pretty much is a sketch layer and maybe pencils if I'm feeling good about it. But the point isn't to create a perfect finished piece. The point is to warm up, be thinking about shapes and 3D space, what shapes things are composed out of, and kind of manipulating those shapes, and then just loosening up the arm, the wrist, all that good stuff. So, oh man, I didn't even get my art glove out this time. Got my handy dandy art glove. If you're not familiar with this, it's real handy if you're a digital artist, or I've actually also seen a lot of traditional artists use them just to keep your hand from accidentally registering a touch on the screen, or smudging your work if you're doing a traditional medium like an ink or something like that. And it's pretty great for when you're getting into details and using a bit more of the wrist. So, got my stylus, got my art glove, gonna bring up my timer, and I'm gonna pick out my card. So tonight we're picking from 6 cards. If you're hearing a loud booming in the background, that's our good neighbor Mickey, Mickey Mouse. We're in the Orlando area, and we happen to be amazingly fortunate enough to live near Walt Disney World, so we can actually see the fireworks out the front of our home, and we can hear them too. And they're having their Christmas, one of their Christmas celebration parties tonight. So it's good times. All right, so I drew Dratini, which there we go. Dratini, the tiny dragon Pokemon, family favorite as well. No pressure. And I don't believe we've done this one yet. I will double check. I draw this one semi-frequently for kiddos, for my kiddos. Just gonna double check it real quick. Nope, we're good. We're good. All right, we're gonna switch over to the art overlay here. And I draw in Clip Studio Paint, if you're curious. It is a program, it's got a lot of Photoshop-like qualities. It is a very popular program, especially among people who make manga and comics. It's got a lot of tools that are very, very specifically designed for that. It's great. And this time of year especially, they're always running sales, and you can actually buy a copy that you own instead of the Adobe monthly subscription. So here we are in our art view. My 5-minute timer is ready. I'm gonna grab my reference photo. It's handy to have that just up on the screen there. As you might know, it turns out artists are not required to know how to draw everything off the top of their head. And it sounds obvious, but you know what? It took me a long time to realize it, actually. Just gonna adjust my paper color here. I like to have it not stand out so much. Now it's not quite up to the, yeah, there we go. Bring up the value, or just the brightness of it. Match that background, we're good there. Label our layers. And I swear I am not gonna draw on my reference layer this time, which I say every week, and usually I'm pretty good with it. But it helps to remind myself. Clear you off, okay. Timer starts now. And you may know, dear viewer, that when I draw Pokemon, I like to draw them sleeping and being adorable, usually, for my warm-up. So that's what I'm gonna go for here. So we're gonna get this guy kind of like a curly Q going on. I'm not sure I like that shape. There, that's gonna be better. All right. So yeah, and this way you kind of be resting its head very, very cutely on its tail. That'll be good. I'm gonna adjust this composition a little bit as I've drawn it just a wee small and a wee towards the bottom of the frame. So again, we're really just looking at our big shapes here in the sketch layer. I like to choose a ginormous brush for this part because it means I'm not even going to be tempted to try to get too much into the details of it all. Well, hello there. Well, thanks, Custom Art. I'm not really looking to buy any extra promotion right now. I'm happy to toil at obscurity for the time being, but thank you. Thank you for your generous offer. Okay. I Actually, we're not even gonna have open eyes on here. We're gonna kind of sleepy eyes here. Okay, we can kind of start shaping out these guys a little bit as I've got most of the composition here started. I might adjust the shape of the body here. Maybe more like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Can bring this around a little bit more. Smooth out that line a little bit. Well, hello there, Regling Stars. Off-topic question. Have you ever stepped on a bug on purpose before? And if yes, would you ever do it again? Well, that's a fun conversation starter. Probably yes. At some point in my life, I've stepped on a bug on purpose. Would I do it again? It really depends on the situation. I don't have any real animosity against the bugs. So, not unless there was a real situation. What about you? What about you, Wrangling Stars? We got the little gem up on the head there. The tail's gonna have kind of like the underbelly going this way. Sorry for the questions. You were asking everyone this, but you would let someone else handle it now. And that's our timer. That is our timer. And which bugs have you had to step on before, if you remember, or would step on if you had to? Good question. You know, I'm trying to remember. In general, these days, I do not go out of my way to step on the bugs. So I'm trying to remember the last time that I actively, intentionally did this. It's been a while. I mean, if it was some bug that was sufficiently harmful seeming and in a position where I could not avoid it, or was concerned about, you know, like a child or something who could not avoid it, then I would consider it. It's a very interesting question. What, if I may ask, what made you think of that question? Okay, actually, my timer went off. I don't know why I'm still working on this. Good times. Good times for me. All right. Okay, so any bug that was dangerous. The most popular answers people said were spiders and cockroaches. You did have a reason for asking, but you wanted to ask that first. Okay. I feel like this is a setup. I don't know why. Would you step on it once to kill it, or also twist or drag your foot too? I mean, I have no malice against it aside from self-defense. I don't, unless I was concerned that stepping on it wouldn't achieve what I was trying to achieve. I would say just step on it. All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna start coloring the sky. Consolidate my windows down a little bit here. That was not what I meant to do. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay. So would you feel bad if the bug was a mother with babies? Yeah, again, I have no malice against the bug. It's just in the rare case that it was unavoidable, but of course I would. So again, I'm feeling like this is leading somewhere. Righto. So colors, let's get started. Who do I want to color first? Now I'm thinking I'm gonna remain pretty true to palette on this. It's fine if it was random. I was just curious if you were going somewhere with it. So do you survey streamers just to kind of get a feel for people, or what the general population answers? So I see two ways I could do this. I could do this, you know, pretty well saturated with more of the typical colors of the actual Pokemon, very literal type of color scheme. Or I could do kind of a more gentle pastel type thing. I might do them more literal because I'm not great with the pastel. I actually tried that for the Kirby piece and it didn't come out great. So for the most part, you were just surveying random streamers, and mine just happened to pop up and recently started streamers. Oh, cool. Well, that's fun. It's a great way to break the ice. And absolutely, thanks for stopping by. I am indeed a relatively newly started streamer. Alright, so if I'm going to do just the more literal colors, I'll pull up the reference. That's going to be the easiest way to do this. And of course I didn't. Okay, there's Starlight. There's Chimchar. I may desaturate this just slightly. I need to be on the actual layer. I'm gonna name that just so I can come back to it later if I need it. Oh, no problem at all. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good night. Okay, we're gonna pick that mid-tone, and I'm just gonna notch down the saturation a wee bit. Give it a little bit of a gentler feel. That's just how I like to do it. Okay, turn you off. And we're gonna try to be more efficient with our fills tonight. Well, thank you. Right, and you do need, you know, to actually add the flat colors layer. Okay, we're good there. We're gonna try our good old close and fill tool tonight and see if it's going to cooperate with me. Yes. No. No. Maybe if I set my reference layer. Okay. Yep, close on fill is... I swear those layers are closed though. Okay. Alright. Moving forward. Yep. Yep, it's gonna fill just the whole thing, isn't it? Something's not closed. Alright. We still thinking Clip Studio? Yeah. This is what you get for doing a 16 by 20 piece at 600 DPI. Just a moment. There we go. That's what I was expecting to happen. Cool. Alright, and that's because I just did not take the time to close out because I didn't stop and think, oh yeah. I drew these all on different layers. So, for anybody keeping score, this is a great argument for why you can just do your line art on a single layer. Why do you want to fill everywhere? Where are your gaps? Thinking? Yeah, we're thinking. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yep, there we go. Close down my timer. Just see if I can save myself a little bit of memory space here. There we go. All right, so it's got to be around here with the hands, right? Yep, there we go. Okay. And nope, you're not gonna fill nicely. Should have seen that one coming. So I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Just yep. That's what they say. That's what they say. Better. Better. Although, do want to make sure I get a bit more under this line work. Never quite does it to the degree I'd want. I know you can do a little bit of the area scaling underneath it, but then I end up having to clean that up too. You know, it's just sometimes it's just a whole thing. And I bet this white fill on the basket is what I'm seeing down here. There we go. Well, there's you. What layer are you on? Are you on my lines layer? No. Alright. Well, that was interesting. Cool. Well, found that. Just double check the coloring here on our reference. Okay, I think we got all those areas. All right. Okay, let's get ahead of the game on our gaps this time. Not bad there. It's nice to be doing something kind of low-key. Oh, you know what, though? now that I've done that, I was gonna desaturate. I didn't even stop and do that first. Alright. Maybe we can, well, not a lot of room to lighten. That's good. Okay. Well, hey, look at that. That was pretty well behaved. Not bad. Yeah, it's nice to be doing something low-key, like just doing flats tonight. It's like this last week was the week that I just did all the things, got all the things done, which was nice, but also a bit exhausting. There you go. All right, back to that. Remember to do my desaturate earlier. There we go. Nope. Yeah, nope. Yep. That's where it was. That's also where it was. Bring that reference back. Interesting. The pupils are not particularly colored. I feel like I've never noticed that before. You think you know a Pokémon. Alright. That's closer to the mid-tone. Alright. Hey Sketch Layer, how's it going? Long time no see. All right, pretty good there. Pick a pretty generic maroon type color to get the inside of the mouth. Recycle this one a little bit. There we go. And the fire. Not too saturated. Close up these gaps real quick. You know, the gaps are actually intentional, believe it or not. Excuse me. I actually adapted that based on some, I thought, really helpful critique from some of our graphic novel work. Just it helps give things a little bit more life. It's not that animation perfect line. And if you look in a lot of kids' graphic novels, you'll see. I do feel like the solid animation lines are becoming a bit more prevalent now, and that's how I naturally tend to draw. But both the textured brush and the slight breaks in the lines give it like a little bit of life, a little bit of imperfection. Not that my drawings are lacking at imperfection. Let's see there. Keep the saturation about where we want, a little bit lower. That's nice, but every now and then I'll go back and kind of do it the way that I used to, with a bit more thicker lines that are more thoroughly closed off, and I enjoy doing that too. That's nice. Producer on the sound stage. Hey.
Just looking from your shoulder.
That's cool. Thanks.
Looking good.
Yeah, so I had Wrangling Stars in chat earlier asking me if I've ever stepped on a bug, and if I have, if I would do it again. It was actually a whole interesting series of questions. I'm not sure if
On a bug?
Yeah.
I mean, is there anybody who hasn't?
I don't know. I remember reading in like history class about like Shinto priests in Asia that actually would walk with brooms, sweeping the ground in front of them so they didn't accidentally step on bugs. So I'm sure there's someone out there.
Right. I mean, we live in a place where there's like a million times more bugs than humans.
True.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah, there's, yeah, the population numbers are definitely. No, they just apparently ask new streamers. Just determining how horrible of a person I am.
How saintly you are.
I don't know. Wrangling Stars, if you're still here, I was just telling Ashley about it. I thought it was a very interesting chain of questions. Okay.
Just to clarify, I don't intentionally go swishing bugs unless it's a mosquito, because, you know.
Oh, mosquitoes. Yeah.
Diseases and
Yeah. Zika,
vampires.
West Nile, all those.
I will actively avoid stepping on all the bugs outside.
Pretty much the same. If it's outside, I'm like, why would I bother you?
I don't bring a broom though.
Good night. And with that, she's off. Alright, if there's anybody else out there in chat that wants to weigh in, please do. What am I even doing? Where did my chat doc go anyway? Excuse me, I'm just poking at my OBS for a second. Feels like it's just one of those nights, you know? You ever have one of those? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, I got that fixed back. That's nice. But... And we continue. We have one colored in monkey. And that's more monkeys than we had colored in before. So I call that a win. Let's go to the turtle. Turtwig, oh Turtwig. Find their midtone. Gonna desaturate this guy a bit. And if you're not used to using the hue saturation value color bar, just for reference, saturation just kind of talks about how strong, how much of the color is there. If you take out all saturation in any color that you pick, it's going to be either black or white or some shade of gray. Likewise, super saturated colors are very, very bright. They pop a lot. They can also be super overwhelming if you just saturate everything to the max. Yeah. So I'm good for a little gentler here. The nice thing, I think, is when you're working from Pokemon official art, I do think they kind of have a unified sort of color theory, so things sort of make sense together, although they also have Pokemon of almost every color, so excuse me, it's not like a really tight selective palette. Saving recovery information. Thank you, Clip Studio. I appreciate you. Alright, just to review, the jaw and the bottoms of the feet and the top of the head and the shell are different colors. Okay, got it. Let's be proactive on our gaps this time. Seeing as it is the kind of night it is, in which things do not go as anticipated often. To this point, my background music window crashed like 3 times while I was trying to get stream started tonight. Part of the reason I was coming in kind of late. Okay, you're looking good. I could probably be doing this so much faster if I just hunkered on down, but some nights are nice to just take a second. Take your time, enjoy the process. You know? Hey, will you look at that? Oh, right. Purple ups in front. I'll just go ahead and color this in behind just because it makes it a little easier in case I ever change my mind later and want to do something a little bit different with composition. I'm pretty happy with this one. I feel like as I've grown a bit more confident over the years with my composition, there's probably a little bit less need to do all the layers, but it does let you do cool things like the animate your illustrations, which is pretty fun. That's how I got my my stream ending animation is actually from a piece I did for SCBWI, or Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. They do monthly illustration prompts called Draw This, and you know all the illustrators. You can post your stuff up on social media. It's pretty fun. I haven't done one in a while. It's been a bit hectic, but at any rate. Yeah, I had a piece that I did for one of their prompts, and I liked it a lot, and ended up recycling it into my stream ending animation. And that's good times. I haven't gotten too much into Clip Studio Paint's animation, but what I have gotten into is really fun. I've always thought animation would be super fun to do. Granted, it's not that I have the most time in the world to jump into a new thing. All right, so that's kind of the mid-tone. I see the shadow, I see the highlight. All right, we'll go with that. We'll go with that, and I will just desaturate it like we've been doing. Again, no, that was a lie. I will not desaturate it. I will lighten it, is how we're gonna do that. Can't believe that was actually completely desaturated. But sure enough, it is. It's just great. Clearly my lack of Sinnoh experience is showing here. Alright, back to here. Again, this time we can actually get away with desaturating, make that green just a little more gentle. Just a wee bit. There we go. And I just turned you off. Okay, so I can draw from the shell color for the pupil of the eye, for the iris of the eye, and the actual. There is no white of the eye. It is actually the yellow of the eye. Again, you think you know what a Pokemon looks like, and then you draw that Pokemon. You're like, oh, what's going on with that? What's going on with that? Whee! There we go. Oh my goodness. That's what I've got to say is, oh my goodness. For consistency, I'm gonna go ahead and borrow Chimchar's inside of mouth color. That's more what I'm talking about. All right. There you. Really? Guess I need to close it all the way in there. There we go. There we go. You know, and I could be saving these. I could have been saving these to their own palette here. It's a really convenient, easy thing to do in Clip Studio. But like all truly time-saving things, apparently I decided it's too much investment up front to do. You ever have those things like where you're like, you know that this is gonna save you time, but you're like, no, it's too much effort to get it started. I can't stop because I'm on such a roll. And then, like, of course, you go back later and you're like, this would have saved me a ridiculous amount of time. Why didn't I just do the thing? No, me neither. All right, you're there. Cool. Cool. All right, and we've got our piplup. I'll get that reference layer going. Pick some colors. Ooh, another one that I did not label, but I'm glad I'm a good guesser. Again, everyone, public service announcement, label your layers. You'll be glad you did. Okay, here's our kind of mid-tone. Bleep. Bleep, bleep, bleep. You ever feel like you're just doing one of those memory things where it's like you have 10 seconds to look at the picture and then it quizzes you on how much of it you remember, and you realize that you weren't paying attention at all and you remember none of it? Yeah. Okay, so this is the blue for the kind of the back, the cape. Oh, I can fix that line art. I'm gonna fix that line art. Just a minute here. Just a minute here. Okay. So this does not tuck underneath. It's more like it sticks out on the back. Okay. I'm a bit curious what layer I ended up coloring there. Erroneously. Okay. So we're using our designer pencil. Do I remember what brush size I used? That is going to be a little big. Let's go 20. I bet it was 20. Actually, just erase that whole segment. It's going to be way easier to do that. And this one too. 25. All right. Nope. Was it 30? All right. So again, we're just gonna want to come around here, go over the shoulder. No, maybe I'll do better. There we go. So then there's that little kind of feathery part that comes out there, and then we just kind of got this guy, which actually continues this line. I can do that better. There we go. And if you're thinking, hey, what is that snazzy thing where you just like bloop, chop off part of the line? That is the vector eraser, and that is one of the things that I absolutely love about Clip Studio Paint, and the ability to just use like a vector layer for your lines. So they scale great. They you can adjust them after the fact if you really need to, and on top of it you can use the magic vector eraser to align up to like to align. I don't know what I was going for there. To erase up to a line intersection, and that's pretty great, honestly. So we're gonna need a flat colors layer here. One thing you cannot do in a vector layer is fill. But turns out if you forget to set your reference layer, it's just going to think that you want to fill the entire thing. Actually, I think it's looking at Turtwig's lines for the reference layer right now. So, you know, it's all good. Yeah, that's not what I was going for. That's definitely not what I was going for. So we're going to set our reference layer here. Did I mention, chat? Dear chat, that I was a wee bit tired this evening. But it's a good tired. It's a good tired when you get all the things done. When you wrap up all the deadlines. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to bring you to the top so you're easier for me to access there. There we go. Turn off that. I'm going to once again knock down our saturation because we're going for a little bit more gentle feel here. No, was that white or was that light blue? This is why we use reference. One of many reasons, I suppose. Bring down, get more of a true white going, which is maximum value or brightness of 100 and no saturation. Fill that guy right there and that guy there because they are actually white. I could probably fill with something that wasn't white if I really wanted to be kind of tied in. And I may come back and do that, like pick up just a tiny hint of the blue. I could do that. I'm gonna see how it looks first. All right, we got a nice orangey yellow for the beak here. And the little feet. That's pretty good. Dare the Giver. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Am I an in real life artist? In terms of, is that like my day job? No. It is not my day to day. I am, however, I am an artist. I have donated pieces to Games Done Quick. I work with the Superhero Project that draws power posters for kids with disabilities or chronic illnesses, but it's, I guess you'd call it more of a hobbyist. I'm not generating my living from my art. Yeah, it is indeed a hobby. I would love to make it a living someday, though. That would be awesome. So that was more what we were going for, not the like, do I also do traditional media instead of just digital? Yes. I'm fairly new. I started in July on Twitch. I've been doing digital art for much longer than that. But yeah, I'm pretty new to the Twitch platform. You're gonna notice it's pretty roomy out there in chat, but that's not so bad. Yeah. Am I trying to grow? I mean, over time, yeah. It's not an imminent goal. You know, right now I'm streaming once a week. I fit it in with my life, so it's yeah, growing would be great, but I'm not necessarily going super hard at it. Yeah. Well, since I am a hobbyist artist and not making a living off the art, and I'm also a parent, and I have a day job, it's tricky. I would love to stream a bit more. Well, we're working on getting there. We'll figure it out one of these days. So are you an artist? Are you a streamer? What do I want to work on next? Probably color in the berries next. Got a reference for that handy. Just browsing. Okay, cool. It was not meant to be a pointed question. I was just curious. Love to get to know the folks that stop by and chat. Alright, there's my berries reference. Have I ever thought about joining an art Discord to meet other people? Yeah. I'm kind of a baby when it comes to Discord. I'm not super. I have a few groups that I'm a few Discords that I'm a part of, but not super active. Still kind of figuring that all out. I'm part of several communities for artists and writers that work in like kids graphic novels, as well as just general kids book stuff. So I'm part of those communities, and that's been really helpful and really nice. Flat colors, get that set up and going. All right. Oh yeah, let's well hey, Dare, I'd love to hear the name of the Discord. Thanks for letting me know. Janos, hey, how's it going? Good to see you again. Yeah, sure, why not? No, I don't actually have links on right now. I'd have to hop over into my settings. What was I doing? Yeah, that's what I was doing. It would be good to see. Oh, your Twitch is lagging? Oh no. Okay, well, have a happy lurk. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just happy to see you here. Hope you had a good last week and good Thanksgiving. $47,000 members? Okay, so just the artist Discord. Where something decided to fill in here. Alright, I think that should have gotten any gaps. Oh, you know what? I've got my anti-aliasing on. Every time. So it's the name, Dare, it's just the name of a specific artist that the Discord started? Oh, /invite/artist. Okay. Well, cool. I will have to bring that up to check it out. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So art club, I see. Cool. All right. Well, I will check into that some more later. Okay. Well, that's very cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's, you know, clearly, you know, it would be good to grow. I'm here on Twitch. I'm not doing this just for myself, but it's hard to put a lot of effort into it. Frank, hey, how's it going? I missed you last week. How was your Thanksgiving? Clean up some of these little areas that didn't fill in all the way. Oh, no worries. Thank you for stopping by. Nice chatting with you, Dare. And yeah, again, thanks for pointing me to Discord. I'll check that out. Hope to see you around again soon. Have a good night. Hi, old man. So, Frank, what have you been up to? Did you... I'm afraid to ask about the mail delivery. Why are you old? Go be young. I know, you know, I keep meaning to. What's a... like, what's a stereotypical old person thing to do? Even my old person examples make me sound old. Matlock or whatever. Yelling at the kids in my lawn? Yeah, that's it. You know, I was gonna go be young, but I had to go yell at the kids on my lawn. The house channel? Oh, like HGTV? You've tried. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Alright. We're getting there. This is not looking bad. Not looking bad at all. In fact, it's even looking good. I was gonna desaturate that, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, we're fine. so you were trying to get fired, and they're like, "Great work, you're a hero." Yep, that was a bridge too far. There was a gap somewhere, and now it's gonna fill my whole piece. Yay! You even got customers to complain at the post office? Where you're like, listen, I'll come deliver the package to your door if you complain about me. Which would be really confusing, honestly, if my mail carrier came up to me and said that. You're gonna give me exemplary service if I complain that you didn't give me exemplary service? What? Yep, there was a gap. Yep. It's chugging tonight. I don't know what's going on. Things are just a little slow. The postmaster is like, it's okay, I know you're a good carrier. So at this point, do you think they just don't want to have to find somebody new to do the route? Oh no, I've been drawing on my reference layer. That never happens. Never. Never, ever. Ever. There we go. All right. Well, let's just go back and try this again. A gap, 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 gap. Okay. Yeah? Maybe? Maybe that's got it all? Maybe. Probably. Working slowly so you can work quickly. Fun times. You think they just value staff more than customers? Honestly, I feel like that's a lot of organizations. You know? Alright. Now I'm not on my reference layer anymore. Yay. Excuse me. My goodness. As Jar Jar would say, how rude. Wait, where did you go? Come on, Clip Studio. Don't be bashful. Well, okay. It's okay. My uncle says he might go out of business soon. Well, I don't know how to properly respond to that. I'm happy that you may not have to do your mail route anymore. Or the mail route. It's not really originally yours, but that's too bad, right? Like, you never want someone's dream to fizzle out on them. Okay. Rent is $900 a month. Yep. Okay. Like we got a brown stem going on there. He hasn't made a sale in several days. Oh, man. I don't know. Like, I don't want you to have to do your route that you hate. But I feel bad for him. Alright. That's rough. That is rough. So did you get to go home and see Lily for Thanksgiving? All right. It's been 3 weeks. Oh man. Is everything more peaceful? Are the chickens safe? Is your dad relatively okay with her right now? You know, I was gonna notch down the saturation on these a little bit. They are just a touch bright. I can do that. Okay, that's good. You can come down just a touch. That's good. You can definitely come down a touch. You too. You're pretty desaturated already, but let's go. A hair lighter. Okay, I like that better. You were crate training her at night, and now he stopped that and let her sleep in his room. But now she's peeing in his room. Yeah, yeah. There's a reason crate training is effective. Okay. So maybe I feel like I'm gonna lay down some light color for the grass and the sky just to give it a little bit of something. And I want the green to be distinct from the colors in Turtwig, but still fit in well with it. So I'm gonna actually pull from this kind of richer green, but then I'm gonna give it a lot of light and desaturate it. So the hue is the same. It's going to be, you know, in the same monochromatic family, but just, you know, really tinted. And I think that'll look good. So Turtwig will still be able to pop a little bit, but it's still going to give that nice, healthy green, grassy feel. Tie them together. You hate old people. Wait. But wait. For example. But Frank, I thought you said I was an old people. Flat colors. Alright. Okay, that does seem to close. I'm just gonna get the tips of these guys. Oh, I was gonna adjust that too. I was gonna do a thing with that. Just gonna check. That looks pretty clean. Let's take a look. Is there anything here? Okay, that line does. Do you? No, you don't quite close. Let's just give it a little nudge there to make sure. Okay. Now, before I fill. Alright, Frank's example before I get in there. This old dude at the post office went up to me and said, "This guy at 2 Clint said you gave him the wrong pickup notice slip. You need to give him another on the route today." Okay. Bring this down. No, that's not quite what I was going for. I was not super happy with the shape of these blades of grass that I did. I can do better. Alright, so Frank said, "I did give him the right notice. You're thinking of 2 Cotton, which requested I do a redelivery for his parcel. He said to just write another one." But this is not the end of the story, is it? There, I think that'll be good. Maybe I can clean up that line a little bit. It's a bit longer. Take a few vertices out. Am I happy with you? Yeah. It is a little fun to play around with the pinch vector line tool. Yeah. Yep, I'm just gonna leave that for now. Perhaps this is not the last of the fixing of it, but that's okay. I am ready, however, to fill, and we can always readjust. So, 2 Clint and 2 Cotton are on separate routes, and sure enough, you go to 2 Clint's box and the notice is still in there. So the old dude told 2 Cotton that I misdelivered his package for no reason. Has been working there for 25 years. Alright, I'm guessing it's coming through here, as I probably have more than a few gaps. More than a few gaps. Wouldn't you bet? I'd bet. I'd bet. Bidoof, was it you? I knew it was you, Bidoof. Oh, where'd you go? Okay. I think I've got all the gaps here. But we're gonna find out now, aren't we? You know, sometimes I think there's like a period of time working at a place where you start to become so certain that you've seen all the things and so confident in your like quick reads that you kind of oh, reference layer, Jeff. You assume you know what's going on before you've actually looked at it. And are quick to jump to conclusions before knowing the whole story. Not that, you know, that's how it should work, but I feel like this is something I've seen and also maybe possibly occasionally done. Because, you know. Alright, tell you what, I have got to take a quick break and hit the restroom real quick. So, I will be right back. I'm just gonna mute the mic and maybe we'll go back to the juggling monkey. I think that'll be a nice. Turn the picnic basket back on. Picnic basket. All right. You better remove the NEAM from the stream since November is going to be over tomorrow. Well, yes. We will go back. You know, the purple is for the pop out and purple for National Epilepsy Awareness Month. But yeah, we'll be going back to classic or maybe something Christmassy. We'll see starting next week. But in the meantime, gonna hit the bathroom. I will be right back. I leave you with the picnic and Hey, we're back. I'm back. I'm not we. I'm me. But I'm back. All right. So Frank, was there more story going on with this? If you're still hanging out. All right, and I'll probably pull from Piplups Blue for the sky. Excuse me. No, old man. I knew it. Fair. Desaturate and lighten a little bit on the sky. I could probably desaturate that green a bit more too, honestly. I'm sure there's gonna be some gaps in here, but we're just gonna see where this takes us. Oh, the clouds, yeah. No big deal. Actually, those gaps close better than I anticipated. Nice. Okay. Not bad so far. Pretty happy with this. So let's try something fun. I'm gonna try something different for my texture on this blanket. Usually I would have just hand drawn. In fact, in my sketch, I did hand draw kind of that, you know, checkerboard pattern on there. But I feel like playing around with how I do the texture. So let's try this. We're gonna make a new layer. It's gonna be a raster layer. Do I want to start with a white? Maybe I'll do a slightly warm off-white. There we go. All right. Okay. We're gonna make a rectangle, folks. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna even further desaturate that. It doesn't have to be super. I just don't want it to be glaring bright white. Let's try again. Okay. This is good. We'll add a new layer on top. We're gonna clip to the layer below. And we're gonna pick our not crazy saturated red, even this pinkish here. Bring it down a few notches. Okay. Oh, you know what? If I was doing a plaid pattern, that would work better, wouldn't it? But I can do it. I think I can do what I'm trying to do here pretty well. And we're gonna do some perspective warping anyway on this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Yep, that might be a little short. There we go. Too big. Try again. You know, it could be that I don't even like this when I'm done with like doing it this way when I'm done with it, but I do feel like it's good to try out new stuff every now and then. Can move this up a little bit. And we're gonna go up. don't have to be perfect squares. For some reason, this music feels just perfect for drawing this grid. It's got that right, like, late 80s, early 90s vibe going. I mean, that I heard about. Just in case Frank was listening. So it's funny, I actually haven't played the Sinnoh games, which is funny for doing a fan art for them. I love the designs. I just kind of missed that gen of Pokemon. Like, I remember when they were coming out. But it was just kind of a gap at a time where I wasn't playing a lot. So I can do that. I'm gonna merge you down. Okay. And now, So we're gonna switch to fill only to the editing layer. What is going on with my voice? Come on. Oh, that was not right. These are not perfectly uniform. I'm aware of that, and I'm okay with it. Does this now qualify as visual ASMR? Is that what I'm doing? Okay. Close enough. All right, now you're gonna go way down here. And we're gonna free transform you. Huh. Well, what do you know? That doesn't look too bad at all. I like it. I like it. Now, as long as I didn't pixelate too much, it is a raster layer, which that can be a problem. My gosh, I just got water. Thinking. There we go. Thank you, Clip Studio. Okay, no, I did it. This is a high enough resolution that it is okay. Great. Great. All right, and I am gonna save my work here, just in cases. All right, so back to here. I do think I want to lighten the screen a little bit, just give it a little further desaturation and a wee bit more brightness. It's still just a little bit strong. Okay. That feels better. Boomer! How dare you, sir? Also, welcome back. I am deeply offended, but warmest welcomes to you. Alright, and then I will resaturate this. I'm gonna bring it up just a bit. The bushes will be, darken it and bring up the saturation for the bushes. Yes, it's a green squirrel. That's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do a little bit of gap control here. Oh, you're almost done with the trilogy? Are you still enjoying it thoroughly? No, there's still a reference layer, so you should... There we go. Boom. And you're literally at the end of the last command. Marge, oh, well, yeah. So here's my question for you. Do you think they're gonna bring her into the new universe? Because I also always liked that character. I know I've been hoping. She's all in love with the Emperor. Which, like, okay. You gotta admit, like, it kind of says something about you, right? If that's who you're going for, but okay. Otherwise, she's fine. I mean, she also does have, you know, I believe in the old universe, she does have a bit of a change of heart. You don't think they'll ever bring her into canon? I could see it either way. Why in particular do you think that they will not bring her into canon? What? Why are you feeling... There's no gaps, man. Where's the gaps at? Okay. Alright. I stand corrected, Eclipse Studio. Alright, at some point I should just deal with this picnic basket and fill it. Oh. I can see that. Thrawn is easy to recanonize because most of his source material doesn't conflict with other continuity. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, does it though? Does it? If they brought her back? Like, that's... For certain, you know. Yeah. I mean, there are definitely... I feel like there's still some solid gaps in Luke's story. In the current canon, though. For whatever that's worth. Yeah, it's going to do a very literal... You know what might be nice, actually, to continue to tie this together, if I actually just pull this nice tan from Chimchar and just mess with it a little bit. I think at this point it's clear the pattern. I mean, I could go the other way with it, make it a darker... Let's see what that looks like. Reference layer. Man, I must be so tired tonight. I didn't feel tired when I started. But my brain is telling me it's worn out. Pro new stuff? Yeah, I think it's good. Like, if they were just going to recreate the old extended universe, why would they make a new extended universe? Well, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh man, speaking of, it was pretty cool. Got to see, hear just a little bit of it at least. Ashley Eckstein was at Epcot last night doing so they do for their Festival of the Holidays, they do the Candlelight Processional, where they have a narrator, like, narrate the biblical story, the birth of Jesus and everything, and they got this giant choir singing, and it's amazing and like epic sounding, and they have various celebrities there to narrate, and so we were just there and we saw that she was the narrator, so we managed to listen in for a little bit. It was awesome. It was so cool. It turns out she grew up around this area, so it had been something that she'd always wanted to do, so that was really neat. Yeah, I agree. Interesting news stories instead of just trying to bring back old stuff or like force it in. I agree. I think, you do have some kind of purists from the past, like, oh no, we need the stories. This isn't faithful to the universe that was created, but it is a whole new thing, and it's good to let new things come and new ideas iterate in Star Wars. Lighter. Yeah, I need to do some gap control here first. Just a little gap control. Yep, that's looking okay. You love the High Republic, Lost Stars, and From a Certain Point of View. All new stuff, yeah. Yeah, I think it's healthy. Despite, I know Star Wars fans can get cranky sometimes about like changing things up too much. Thrawn is also way less interesting in Heir to the Empire. Interesting. But yeah, I think any franchise needs new ideas, new stories, needs to be able to grow and evolve and change in order to be able to continue to thrive. Otherwise, it kind of gets in the whole like, oh, this is a classic, and it gets, locked under the museum glass and all that good stuff. All right, what was I doing? I was bringing up a picture of the berries so I can fill in more berries in this basket. But my references are now behind the background. There we go. Oh, well, I drew my own berry in there. Oh, well, right. Well, I was gonna do. Okay. Yeah. You do love listening to Legends, though, and you love the old Republic books. Revan was amazing. Yeah, that's another one. Like, I really like Star Wars. I love Star Wars, but there's so much that I still haven't explored, like outside of the main trilogy. It's so big. There's so much Star Wars. Right, maybe I'll get. All right. I kind of drew a different kind of berry in here, which is cool. I think that's totally all right. Maybe I'll make it like an orange berry or something like that. Something not explicitly in my one references image, but okay. citrus berry. That's more the top of it is a little more like that. Also, it's way more fun. While I'm pondering this, please enjoy this reference image of a Snorlax in a pineapple or a citrus berry costume. I love it. I love it. It's great. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. There's like 400 books. Yes, there's so many books. You've read A Certain Point of View, Lost Stars, Thrawn Trilogy, every High Republic Phase 1 book. So where, if one was interested, per se, in getting into High Republic, what's the first book they should read? What would you recommend? High Republic Phase 1, or yeah, High Republic is what I'm trying to say. It's 9 books. Well, that's way more manageable than like 400. So that's exciting. I'm excited about that prospect. Light of the Jedi? For sure? Okay. Okay. Alright, I will see you later, Citrus Berry Snorlax. You are awesome. Anyway, I was doing a thing that was productive. Allegedly. Allegedly. I know that's not quite the stem. You know, maybe just to... Nope, wrong one. Wrong one! That's the layer. Nope. Clean out some of this. Can I do it without erasing this line entirely? Maybe. But maybe not. Alright. Alright. Get a little bigger brush size. Actually, maybe have a little overlap here. Smooth out this guy. Double check those references. Okay. There's that, there's that. I like it. I like that better. So Light of the Jedi is designed to be the first book, but there's a children's book for it that covers most of the main events. And it has stickers. I mean, this is a really strong case. Like Light of the Jedi is some people's introduction to Star Wars. Interesting. It's cool. I think that's one of the things that started to get really interesting to me, even after just the prequel trilogy, right? Like you enter in with this thing like, well, if someone were watching Star Wars for the first time, should they start with, like, should they watch the movies in the chronological order that they were released or in the chronological order of the timeline? And the idea that even if you have a very strong opinion about the right answer to that question, someone could enter it a completely different way, and that would fundamentally change their experience of Star Wars. But in the end, you're still talking about the same Star Wars. Come on. Too much. too aggressive on that erased. All right. I see how it's going to be. Okay. I'm gonna do this the smarter, more precise way. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. Right. Okay. Back to the coloring. No? Oh, it's only when I want those tools. Interesting. Desaturate and just slightly lighten. I love citrus berries. Relax. That's great. Good job, Pokemon Unite team. Oh, is this how we're gonna be? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I did that. I did that. Also, a certain point of view is amazing because it takes place during the events of A New Hope, but with other people's perspectives. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. I didn't realize that. I mean, I like that Star Wars as a franchise and also I guess as a corporation is at the point where they're willing to take some risks and let other people mess about a little bit, even with those like kind of very the movies, the things that are a basis to the actual, even to the story and the fandom. Like, I think it's cool because it allows a lot of fresh ideas to come in. All right, this is not this color. All right, you're good there. Also, there's a chapter of Grand Moff Tarkin falling in love with TK-421, and it's canon. Interesting. Okay. Tarkin. Not the character I would have anticipated a romance arc for. I gotta give him credit for that. Get rid of these little... Okay. Okay. I think there was some flecks of color on this berry, so let's just go ahead and reference that. One more time, everyone. Big hand for Citrus Berry Snorlax. Thank you, and good night. Hey, yeah, some kind of fun colored little flecks going on there. Oh, and just kidding. Encore, everyone. Sometimes it helps to, you know, select the layer you want to draw a color from. You know. It really just is that kind of night. The chapter is called MSE and Men. Lost Stars. Interesting. This is fascinating to me. Okay, so are they just little dots or are they like... I see circles. They're circular. Roundish in nature. Much like our friend Snorlax. Literally the best book ever. If there's a single Star Wars book to read, it's Lost Stars. When does that one take place? I don't know my other berries to be. Excuse me, my goodness. Man, tell you what. Okay. I'm here in Bulbapedia perusing all of the many types of berries that have been available throughout the Pokemon games. Looking for something vaguely. Maybe a Bluckberry? Doesn't even seem to have any effect. Maybe they use it in making... What is it? Poke Puffs? What is it that you make in Gen 3? I can't even remember. Okay. So, Lost Stars takes place 5 years after the Clone Wars, all the way to the final battle on Jakku. Oh, wow. Okay. Honestly, let's do the Bluckberry. It's purple. It's kind of like a grape. That's all we care about. Who knows? Who knows what Pokemon pack for their picnics? You know? You know? So each sequel trilogy movie had a Journey to Insert Name book made for it. The Force Awakens was Lost Stars. So it's called Lost Stars, Journey to the Force Awakens. Ah, cool. Gonna do my gap control ahead of time, although these look pretty good. They didn't fill in with any of the other colors, so I think we're in good shape there. Okay. Alright, so really now we're just gonna be coloring in the plates in the background. We've got our background Pokemon will also be getting filled in, but we're doing real well on this piece. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna do one touch here on the background and adjust the picnic shape a little bit, as this corner down here is bothering me. Can I just close up that way? Nope, didn't want to do that. Okay. Come back, get this so I can get all the control points on it. Try our free transform again. I feel like even though it's a little less precise in this part, there we go. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Nice. It's way better than hand drawing each of those checkered lines. The only thing people hate about Lost Stars is that there isn't a sequel. Isn't the sequel The Force Awakens? I mean, I say this not having read the book and knowing nothing about it, but if it's supposed to lead into The Force Awakens, that is what happens next. It's very self-contained. Makes sense. Okay. Okay. So let's color in those plates. Those, I think, are the next most glaring thing that's not filled in right now. I'm gonna borrow from Turtwig's Brown. Again, the more you can kind of use colors that are already in your piece and just tweak them a little bit, the more you can give the piece a sense of unity and tie it all together. It's gonna lighten and desaturate a little bit, which has been kind of my theme for this whole time, but for good reason. just because we're looking for giving the whole thing a more gentle feel. I didn't change my reference layers. I am just apparently running on fumes a bit tonight. And now everything's brown. Cool. Set your reference layers, folks. Okay. Fill you. Fill you. Fill you. And then go super light. For kind of the inside of those, I guess you'd call them slice marks in the bread, or if you want to say it's like a poke puff or poffin, you could go with that as well. And before I start shading, I'll probably need to go back and do a little cleanup on some of the edges of these colors. Just make sure everything looks tight and there's not gaps. Probably even do some looking underneath my lines. Honestly though, the way the fills have been going, they've been filling pretty neatly to the edges of the lines. And that's great. And were I looking to try a different style, I would try to get all fancy and do it without contour lines and stuff. But I don't think that's where this piece is gonna go. So Lost Stars starts with Thane and Sienna, who become friends, and follows their journey in the Empire. Interesting. Interesting. I thought some of the episodes of wait, was that Mandalorian? Oh my gosh, I'm getting so lost. And yeah, it was Mandalorian, I think. In the season 3, did some interesting stuff with looking at the relationships of former Empire, former Imperials, I should say. It was kind of interesting. I liked a lot what they did there, in terms of giving it all those more like, in some ways like, oh, we used to work together types of feels. Yeah, it was cool. Oops. Got a little loose on that one. Okay. Okay. A little bit of leafage on this one that wasn't on any of the other ones. But you know what? I like how it looks. I'm content with leaving it there. Because you do see that kind of natural variation in real berries. It feels believable to me. At least this week it feels believable to me. Maybe next week I'll be like, why did I leave that there? It looks ridiculous. But right now, I'm good. That gap might be too big down there. Otherwise, this one should be good too. Yay! So I actually did a comic, like, I know this is like the prime example of me like putting everything in separate layers and layer folders, and really, at least I didn't put like each plate on its own like thing, or each item of food on the plate on its own layer. But like, man, I did an experiment this last week with doing a comic. I think I mentioned like we're doing some STEM comics with a friend of ours for teacher outreach, like school stuff, and I tried doing it where I just did one layer of lines for like all the panels all together. It was one of our friend Brigitte had mentioned that she does things that way sometimes, and I was like, well, she knows what she's doing. Surely there has to be some advantage to doing it this way. And it turns out, yes. Yes, it turns out it was, granted, there is less flexibility in composition still, but if you're confident in your composition from the start and don't need to move things around, it's a lot less work to keep track of it all. I'm gonna add some green on there as soon as I get these guys filled in. So it was fun. It's definitely good to try out new stuff every now and then. Keep on growing your workflow, learning new stuff. Maybe I'll grab from the citrus berry. So Frank, I was gonna ask, have you done anything new with Blobfather or Lucy Goosey since Thanksgiving? I hadn't seen anything on, it's the wrong layer, over on Instagram since the Thanksgiving picture. Does that look weird? Well, maybe they're brown when they dry, but it's, you know, green when it's not dried. That makes sense to me. We'll see. We'll see if I like it next week. I'm gonna grab you. Make you a little bit... There's not a lot of room to desaturate this, but I'm gonna try. Just a little bit. Give these plates a bit of a way to stand out. Okay. All right. We're getting there. We're getting very close indeed. So let's color Pachirisu. And again, just for anyone watching that's not super familiar with how I typically work, this is the flat color. So when I finish this, this will not be a completed piece. I will not pat myself on the back for a job well done and walk off into the sunset. I mean, I'll be done for today, but I'll be doing some cleanup on the colors, and then I'll be going in and working on shading, highlights, and all that kind of stuff that really is going to give just a sense of dimension to the piece. Yeah, so this is not the end of the piece, but I am really happy with this progress so far. That much is very nice. There's not really a lot of room to desaturate this guy. A little bit, I suppose. Just a wee bit. It is a little hard to distinguish from pure white. All right, grab this and fill that in so I don't confuse myself any further. All right, there's that. Okay, I think we got that. Grab this mid-tone, pull it back a ways. definitely room to lighten the gray. Not a lot of room to desaturate, so I'm gonna leave it where it is. Yep, wrong layer there, friend. Okay, not bad. Our good friend Bidoof over here. Okay, that's pretty good. I am making him a little bit more hidden, so I'm gonna kind of keep the colors pretty bland to not call too much attention. Him or her. It could be either one, depending on what your headcanon is. Yep. That seems like a good tone. Again, we're just gonna drop the saturation, lighten it ever so slightly. I like some of the rich quality of it, so I'm not gonna do too much. How many times can I consecutively draw on the wrong layer? It's really, at this point, quite astounding. Alright, I think I did enough gap control there. That's good. And the nose is actually this cool berry red. Slightly lighten it and desaturate a bit. And get the right layer this time. All right, look at that. Okay. And just Starly. Just Starly. Another good night of progress, that's for sure. Pardon me. These tail feathers are just a little bit darker, I think, at least to my eye. So, you know what, I can just notch it down a little bit here. It's not a big deal. Interesting. Alright, we're just about there. There we go. Quite a bit of room to desaturate that, just because, again, it's so bright. Well, this is just kind of a background happy little surprise, so I don't feel the need to make it stand out too much here. Not too much. You just lighten it a little bit since it's already almost all the way desaturated. and just the eyes, right? A little bit of gap control there. I can clean this up a little bit. I mean, it's so small. And like, you know, it's so small that the gaps and the overfill are just a little bit wonky looking without a little bit of manual cleanup. And that's okay. I was expecting to do that anyway. Honestly, I do like how cute this one came out. Even if it's just one of those little hidden guys in the background. Puts a smile on my face. Yeah. Apparently we've reached Quiet Jeff part of the night. While I try to focus on finishing up a couple of these details here. Oops. Oopsie daisy. So, clean up this part. And these guys. And this was a slightly different shade here. Da, 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 da. That is the one challenge with that design pencil brush, is that the variation in opacity can make fills behind it a little bit dodgy, I guess you'd say. A little bit dodgy. Nice bird. Next time you should try to draw your character on your profile avatar. Let's see what you got. Thanks for stopping back in, by the way. Wait, is that just Doraemon? Yeah, Doraemon. Yeah. I know that one. I know that character. Alright. Alright, we got Starlian. I do like Doraemon. It's good. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? Just add a little tint to the clouds. Just the slightest little bit. We don't need a whole lot of saturation here. Just enough where it's not a pure white, and they still carry just that hint of colors from the Piplup, making sure everything stays just kind of nice and tied together. And then we'll add highlights on them anyway, so they will still shine through in the brighter parts. Okay. How we doing? yeah, it's a Pokémon Picnic. We've got the 3 starters from, Sinnoh region, Diamond and Pearl. So this is just up to the flat stage. My goodness, excuse me. So I haven't done any shading. I won't be doing that tonight, but I will be returning next week and working on that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, the goal was to try to use the colors from the Pokemon to tie everything together, and I think we've largely got that. Yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping up soon. I do have to work in the morning, so it's I can't go too late. We're over here on Eastern time, so it's already after midnight here. Make sure to save my work, just in case. Yeah, you called it. Yeah, it's so I'm doing this piece for it will be a prize submission for the Awesome Games Done Quick speedrunning marathons coming up in January when I'm done with it. So I'll submit it to Games Done Quick, and if they accept it, I'll be doing a canvas print of it to be offered as one of their prizes for donating to help raise money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm hopeful. They've accepted a couple pieces I've done this in the last year for other marathons. So yeah, do my best and hope they like it and hope it helps them raise money to help their cause. Although they do a great job on their own, truly. Oh, never mind. It's for charity. Probably. All right, so as I often like to do at the end of the night, let's see where we came from. I do love the time lapse feature. I could totally get stuck watching this. There we go. And that is how we got as far as we are. So speed it up for the repeat. There we go. Yeah, I take my time with the coloring. I mean, I have done this over a few nights. Just taking my time, chatting, having a good time, not working particularly fast. Yeah, just taking my time. This is in a lot of ways my unwinding time. It's nice to just come and chill and chat and draw, see who stops by. All right. So with that, we'll head to just chatting to wrap it up. So yeah, I'm happy with how far we got tonight. I think next week will be just a little bit of touch up on the coloring, and then we'll get to the shading. Might even be able to wrap this up next week, and that would be pretty awesome. But otherwise, my goal is to finish it no later than 2 streams from now, which would be the 14th of December. Thank you. Thank you very much. I try to keep the mug in my stream. I always look over the wrong shoulder. But yeah, so I shouldn't have any trouble wrapping this up by then. I'm really excited. It's kind of fun getting to work on a piece all the way through on stream. I'm a gamer too, yeah, when I have time, which is not often. I used to be much more of a gamer, but now Twitch is the best way that I can interact with gaming. Can listen to it in the background while I'm doing stuff. Game a little bit, mostly with my kids these days. But yeah, so the plan is I will be back next Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. That is the time. A game stream in the future? Maybe. That'd be fun. But we'll see. We'll see. The main purpose that I started this for was to do the art, and to share doing the art because I love doing it. But yeah, so I'll be back next Thursday night, 10 p.m. We'll keep going with this, and it's gonna start getting towards its finished look. But we got a little ways to go. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Dare. It's been nice chatting with you. I appreciate the hint with the Discord. That'll be cool. I'll make sure to check that out. Yeah, absolutely. It would be good. It would be good. Frank, if you're still out there, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next week. Good luck with your mail route, or bad luck, if that's what you want. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, Dare. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah. Whether you've been lurking, watching, thanks for hanging out and just chilling with me. Janos, if you're still out there, thanks for stopping by. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for coming by as well. I appreciate it. Happy to share. Yeah, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks.